Pember and Zapala with the jump, and the Bulldogs win it. What style of play are we looking for here early with these two teams?
Half-court execution. That's what this game is going to come down to. Each team running their actions and looking for each other, not trying to play hero basketball on the big stage. Last time these two teams played, Longwood walked away with a 5-point win. They were tremendous on the glass and in fast break points.
Longwood beat him in Farmville a few weeks ago. 16 lead changes in the game that was in Asheville, won by the Bulldogs. Josh Banks with the basketball, 5 on the shot clock. Defended by Granlund. Here's Pember with the 3.
They're going to try to defend Drew Pember with different players and different looks.
Napper, D.A. Houston. A couple of guys who've been here for a few years. Michael Christmas also getting the start, misses the bunny. That one out of bounds and headed to the Bulldogs.
Keep an eye on 25 in the blue, Michael Christmas. Made some big threes yesterday, some post-up plays, great finisher, a hybrid forward.
And for UNC Asheville, Player of the Year, Pember, Banks, Burgess, who leads the league in assists. Toyaz Solomon, one of the most athletic players in this league. Takes the jump shot right on cue.
How did you know?
I've seen the script.
He had an outstanding game yesterday. Great finisher, outstanding vertical athlete. I thought he was the difference maker yesterday for Asheville, along with Drew Pember.
Christmas, spots open for 3.
Christmas loves to go to the outside. He can post up. He's a tough matchup for any opponent.
Christmas had 12 points in yesterday's overtime win over High Point. It was a raucous environment yesterday in the semifinals, a pair of overtime wins.
Longwood was down by 15 with 12 and a half to go. What a tremendous comeback.
D.A. Houston gets his mitts on. Here's Granlund. Christmas, pump fake to the rack.
The last 2 plays, Christmas with the 3. This time he shot fakes it, goes to the basket.
Pember throwing it up to the big man, Toyaz Solomon.
He does work in the paint now. Great pair of hands, 6'9". What did Mike Morrell tell us yesterday? He could take a penny off the top of the backboard.
Said if I told him to run for a wall, he'd figure out how to do it. He just does what he's told and is athletic. That one, Toyaz Solomon again.
So alert, number 14 in the white.
Caleb Burgess. Solomon. This is Josh Banks. That one no good, rebounded by Houston. Those are the shots that Longwood is going to just let you take. Contested threes, just try and keep that ball out of the paint.
Yeah, Longwood's going to play a pack line gap defense. They have great discipline. They're in the right position at the right time. And they are outstanding on the defensive glass. One of the top rebounding teams in the country.
UNC Asheville trying to make it back-to-back tournament appearances. Going for their 6th overall. Longwood looking for their 2nd in the last 3 years. Good feed inside, and that one rolls in. Go ahead, Ziemi. Ziemi with the bucket. Another 3-ball rims out. 7-4 lead here for the Lancers. Manuel Richards, fine freshman season inside. Ziemi again. Thought it might have been a travel. Instead, inside Richards. Skying in and putting it in. How about Napper with the rebound and the assist?
Longwood averages 36 paint points per game. That's top 50 in the country. There's an emphasis to get it inside.
9-2 run here for the Longwood Lancers. 3 of their last 4 wins have come against either High Point or UNC Asheville. Burgess gets his man in the air. Nice acrobatic shot.
That's the way to play off of 2 feet. When you get into the paint, jump stop, then you can find or score under control.
There's Waylon Napper, 2nd team all-conference performer. #1 in the dark blue. pass inside and off the glass. Emmanuel Richards, Big South all-freshman team, has had a fantastic campaign.
You can see the emphasis by Longwood. Penetration, dump off, back you down, throw it into the post. Maybe try to get Pember in foul trouble, at least make him play defense.
Good defense here by the Lancers. Pember just 0 for 1, now 0 for 2, and both of them threes. That's what they'll allow him to take.
You have to keep Drew Pember off the free throw line. He's top 10 in the nation in free throw rate. Contest his threes, keep him out of the paint.
Siemi again. Johan Siemi has scored a total of 8 points in the Big South tournament heading into today. He's already got a couple of buckets. Longwood's made 6 of their last 7 shots. And another turnover. It's a 3-on-2. Napper inside. That is good. Jonathan Massey, their largest lead. South tournament champions. Longwood a couple of years ago, UNC Asheville, and Drew Pember winning it last year. Both of those happening in Charlotte in the Queen City. We're here at a neutral court at High Point. UNC Asheville trying to do what Winthrop did, going back-to-back.
And last year, Asheville was down big in the second half. They were down 14 points. A tremendous comeback by Drew Pember. Tajay Jones made some huge threes. Doc Battle.
3 made field goals for UNC Asheville, 3 turnovers here in the early going. D.A. Houston with those active hands.
I don't think either coach is going to panic being down early in this game. Mike Morrell, as we just mentioned, was down big in the second half in this championship game last year, came back to win it. I mean, Griff Aldrich has a lot of confidence in it to create points for their offense, and they took High Point out of their offense, which was the top scoring team in the Big South.
Aldrich and Mike Morrell, you just saw Mike Morrell both in their 6 seasons at their respective schools. Mike Morrell said Longwood wants to make this a rugby fight. They want to make it a football match, a football game. It's Apala right now, padded up inside.
First and goal on the 10. 7 of their 8 made field goals have come in the paint.
Pember has misfired on all 3 of his field goal attempts, all of them coming from beyond the arc.
Asheville needs to take a stand defensively. They're moving their feet, but they got to chest up, wall up a little bit more, and give some resistance to the penetration and the post-ups of Longwood.
Zapala calling for it. Napper says, I got you from 3.
Now, he made some threes yesterday that were crunch time.
Including one that was banked in. That one was nothing but nylon. Largest lead, it's 14. Sloppy pass from Pember, another turnover, 11-0 run. 13-0 run. Emmanuel Richards, the freshman.
That time they sent a second defender at Drew Pember with good rotation on the weak side.
The Longwood faithful making the 2.5-hour drive south here to High Point. Josh Banks needed that one. That's their first 3. They were 0 for 5 from deep.
Don't forget, Matt, Asheville shoots it at 37% this season overall behind the arc.
First points in more than 3 minutes. Nice dish from Napper, but Zapala, the 7-footer, unable to handle it. Pember looking for his first points. Has the basketball, shadowed by D.A. Houston. Switch off the top. Doc Battle. They're 1 for 7 from 3.
Asheville needs to play through Drew Pember a little bit more because he is an outstanding passer. He can get to the rack and he can make threes, and he's one of the best in the nation at free throw rate. Get him touches, get him the ball, get him involved.
Drew Pember 0 for 3 from the floor. Quick pass, Stephanie. Good defense here from the Lancers. #1 scoring defense in the Big South, allowing 68 points a game. UNC Asheville just with 9. Great pilfer from Christmas. Now it's D.A. Houston. Pump fake, gives it to Zapala. No foul called. And it's going to go the other way, Griff Aldridge.
They're cleaning up the defensive glass. It's a one-shot opportunity for Asheville. And their defense is electric, turning into points.
You know, you think, how's a 5 seed? How did they upset High Point? How did they get to this point? And Griff Aldridge telling us we are just not the same team that we were in January.
And Griff Aldridge told us last night, for us to win this game, we need to be elite with our effort. So far in the first half, they have been. Look at that aggressive hedge on the ball. Every time there's a ball screen, there's a hard hedge or a blitz.
Trying to get into their offense here with 5 to go on the shot clock. Banks. Another misfire on the 3. The VCU transfer unable to connect. Nearly midway through this first half, it has been all Lancers. Team from Farmville, Virginia. Granlund, bad pass. Mullen is out of bounds. Will stay here. 16 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Asheville needs an energy play, a dunk, a block, take a charge. Something to shift the momentum right now in this game. And just some old-fashioned stops. Sit in your stance, talk to each other, make life difficult for Longwood on the offensive end. They've really been comfortable, Longwood, on the offensive end.
Jonathan Massey with the basketball inside. That's a nice dish. Unable to finish was Ziemi.
Now, without Drew Pember in the game, it's going to be more pick and roll action.
Roll, Toyaz, Solomon, no. Rebound, Granlund.
Yeah, they run that play a lot. A middle pick and roll with a slip. Great look.
No points in more than 3 minutes here for the Lancers. Nice pump fake there from Christmas. Massey.
He heard you.
Former transfer from McNeese State. Had 10 points against Winthrop. 8 in the win against High Point. On the board here for Longwood, and now a 16-point lead.
Sometimes getting a big lead real early can hurt you in the second half because you can lose momentum.
This is a different situation here for Longwood. They're used to coming back.
They were down big in the first half against High Point yesterday.
Fletcher Amy.
That's the man.
Shoots 41% from 3.
The most consistent three-point shooter in the Big South. He can open up the game for driving lines for Drew Pember. He can make consecutive threes in any game.
Christmas. That's a couple of rim runs there from Michael Christmas.
Toyaz Solomon, good position, but no resistance. Asheville looks a little tired in this first half.
They both played overtime games yesterday. Time for the bounce pass there from McMullen. Good defense there from Ziemi. Shot clock resets to 20. If you're UNC Asheville now, Drew Pember's coming back in. What are you trying to do here to get this offense, get some semblance of rhythm?
Well, that man right there, Drew Pember, number 4 in the white for Asheville, he needs to become aggressive on the offensive end. He loves to defer in the first half and take over in the second half. Right now, he needs to start to take over, and then he can look for his assist making. But he can score with the drive, the post-up, or the three-point shot.
Drew Pember had a double-double in the quarterfinals, a triple-double yesterday in the semis. No points so far today. How about that pilfer from Jonathan Massey? Going all the way, tipped away from Pember. Zapala with the foot.
As bad as it is right now for Asheville, you don't panic. You were down big in the championship game last year, and you made a great comeback. There's Drew Pember just trying to draw contact, draw a foul, make something happen. The defensive push, the strip, Zapala with the finish. He was fantastic yesterday in the second half against High Point. Had 14 points and 6 rebounds.
All right, they are not giving Drew Pember free throws here. They're saying it was on the rip-through. Players nationally have more free throw attempts and free throw makes than Drew Pember. He was wanting those 3 free throws. They're going to have to work for it now. Maybe off the curl. Gets his man in the air. Okay.
A simple action, little Down screen to get AB on a tight curl. Shot fake created space. Sometimes when you score, it gives your energy a little bit more defense.
AB started his collegiate career at the Citadel. Good pass inside, Zapala. Lost it on the way up. Longwood wants a foul. Longwood wants a whistle. 21 points a game. Asked Mike Morrell last night, what's his legacy here at UNC Asheville? He said, well, he's already the best player in school history. It's time to talk about him being perhaps, as we have a turnover here on the travel from Zapala. So it's time to talk about whether or not he's the best player in the history of the Big South.
I think he is, in terms of his numbers, his accolades, and winning last season a conference championship with an opportunity to win another one right now. You think of some of the great players in the Big South, and Chris Clemens certainly comes to mind, who played at Campbell.
AB, no, rebound, Doc Battle inside.
They need some energy, Asheville.
Burgess, Zapala, corrals it.
Longwood does not get beat on the glass, whether it's the defensive glass and offensively, they're top 10 in the nation in offensive rebounding. As you said, they want to make this game physical and intense. They want to put pressure on Asheville every step of the way.
Jonathan Massey, 5 in the shot clock. Spot up Jay. Too firm. Pember tips it to Burgess. Pember, can he connect?
Now he loves to take the 3 in transition, also the shot fake and drive. At 6'11", he can put it on the deck. He needs to get to the basket a little bit more.
Big South Player of the Year has yet to score a point here today. 0 for 4 from 3.
Maybe get him in a post-up, put him at the elbow for an isolation, get him going to the rim.
Massey, cross-court feed. Richards.
Longwood does a really good job in defensive transition. They don't give up fast break points very often.
Battle. Tries to pass it as he's falling down. 10 on the shot clock. Very disjointed offense here. AB nearly out of bounds. It will stay UNC Asheville basketball.
Drew Pember caught the ball in the left elbow area. He was wide open. He decided to pass it. He's got to shoot that shot.
Longwood has more bench points than UNC Asheville has total points. 15 to 14.
And against High Point, they had 33 bench points in that game.
Griff Aldrich won this tournament 2 seasons ago, trying to do it again in much more improbable fashion. 2 on the shot clock, got to get it off. Do they see it? Banks.
Napper does a great job of rebounding down for a guard. That allows him to start the fast break.
Napper, my goodness, what a move.
Plays with great pace, waited for the side ball screen, the alley ball screen on the outside third of the court. Went right to the basket.
6 players in the scoring column for Longwood. Pember poked away and a foul. He mentioned throwing different looks, whether that's scheme or personnel. Don't let him get comfortable with anything he's looking at.
At times he puts big guys on Drew Pember, other times guards. Sometimes he'll double, other times he'll stunt. Don't allow him to catch it. Look at that denial at the top of the key. And then the switch.
Christmas was all over him. D.A. Houston on the switch. Stephanie. Now it's Pember and Christmas. And the cross-court feed is picked off by Napper. Napper lost it to Pember.
That is exactly the deep double. He makes a weak side pass. Never pivoted, never faced the action. It was a soft pass, quite frankly. And the defense was anticipating on the weak side.
Drew Pember, 3 turnovers, 0 points. Solomon, but really the bright spot, the lone bright spot here along with AB for UNC Asheville. He's got 3 buckets.
He does all his work at the rim and in the paint. .15-point lead here for the 5 seed in the Big South.
Christmas, open look. That was a nice box out there by Banks. Longwood shooting 56% from the floor. The Bulldogs, 35%.
Without Pember, you have to find your offense through the guards.
Banks lost the ball through the lane. Appreciate it, guys. Good analysis. And speaking of those 4-minute segments, Mike Morrell said, look, we look at this as 10 4-round fights. We've got to win these rounds. So now we've got another one coming up. This next round, really important for this heavyweight matchup.
No question about it. Josh Pastner mentioned it. The next 4 minutes, you want to win those 4 minutes to feel good about yourself going into the half. And as Tom Crean mentioned, you have to be more physical on the defensive end. There's no resistance by Asheville in the paint.
Being outscored in the paint, 22-4. In the first 16 minutes, Zapala in the paint, 7-footer, making it easy.
But it was an easy catch at 6'10". He's got great footwork and soft hands. The defensive position for Asheville is a little late.
17-point lead for Longwood, the 5 seed, against the 2 seed UNC Asheville. Winner heads to the NCAA tournament. We'll hear their name called a week from today. Caleb Burgess, Stephanie, Solomon on the block, met by Houston. Tipped out, looked like it was tipped out by McMullen, and it's beating bank 3 from the top.
So much talent at South Carolina. I've been so impressed with their defense. They only give up 55 points per game. Everyone talks about the stars and the offense of Don Staley. They guard you.
Nothing like your first career 3, winning in SEC semifinal. That was amazing. Granlund. Griff Aldridge said Granlund's going to get open looks today. He's going to hit him. Misses his first. Burgess inside. Pember finally on the board. His first points of the first half for the Big South Player of the Year.
A good sequence by Asheville. The stop, the rebound, the push. And then you get Pember to the basket. Nice and easy. The ball goes in. It's comfortable. Now he may get more confident.
Granlund. Pump fake. Bounce feed. Right hand. Off the glass and good. That's Emmanuel.
That's been the game plan for Longwood. And they have executed to a T.
Francisco Gonzaga, 11:30 Eastern on ESPN2. The Zags have played in every West Coast Conference championship game since 1998. That's 26 straight years. Trying to make it 27. See if they can do that today. Aby for 3, no.
That shot was semi-contested. I thought AB would have put it on the deck. Seems like they're pressing for threes here in the last 5 minutes.
15-point lead inside. Granlund again, easy catch. And they do call the foul. Ties their largest lead at 17, less than a minute to go. It was a week ago that Longwood, that was a foul. Drew Pember will go to the
in his scoring.
This team for UNC Asheville is top 12 nationally as a team. Free throw makes, free throw attempts. Those were their first free throw attempts of the game.
That was another huge key for Longwood. Keep Asheville off the line. They did it against Winthrop in the first game. That's why they got by the Eagles. Another great free throw shooting team.
6-second differential between shot and game. It's a Zapala calling game. Gets the bucket. They've got 40 first half points.
And Mike Morrell is hot at Drew Pember because there was no rotation.
Pember misses. Will go to the free throw line. That foul.
The last time they played together as a group.
Granlund looking to inbound. Here's Massey. Massey. 2, 1. Throws it up. Zapala. They're going to look at it. It looked like it got off in time. Zapala came back down with it. Looked like the alley-oop was there. deficit of the season. That includes non-conference play as well. Granlund inside, working on Pember. Back out to Napper. Look at the paint points, 30-6. Michael Christmas has had some of those paint points and gets a couple more.
And on the other side, Griff Aldridge said, we have to sustain what we did in the first half to be champions.
Foul here on D.A. Houston.
He knows all too well about comebacks. It's along the baseline. Boy, has he stepped up in the Big South tournament. Made some big threes. You see him talking on defense right now. As intense as I've seen him all season long.
Former trench from James Madison. Said early on in the season, just talking with Griff Aldridge, saying, look, he was putting too much pressure on himself. Just be you. Play your game. Christmas has certainly done that tonight, and a shot clock violation. Nobody saw it. A disjointed first half for UNC Asheville, and it has spilled into the second 20.
See Mike Morrell going full court press right here, man to man. He's going to challenge the heart of his team. It's one thing to go down. It's another thing to go down swinging, trying, fighting, doing to shift in your favor.
Mike Morrell said this game, these 40 minutes are 10 four-round fights, 4-minute fights. And this opening round of this second half is certainly going to be huge.
More of that by Asheville. They can do it. The question is, are they mentally tired? Because they looked tired in the first half.
Why do you think that was?
3 games in 3 nights, the excitement of the moment. But this is a veteran group, and we know they can come back.
Nice fade inside Houston, but Zapala lost it on the way up.
Yeah, no easy baskets for Longwood. Challenge them at the rim.
Christmas. Oh, yeah! Zapala and Aby looked like they got into it, and now we've got some players getting after it. Griff Aldridge standing in the middle, saying, guys, back away. Griff Aldridge telling Toya Solomon, get away. Mike Morrell stepping in. Zapala was on the floor, looked like he took some sort of shot, and the officials quickly jumped on it and called a flagrant. And they're going to look at it.
Mind in the game. Or does that ejection take their mind out of the game? We'll find out in a few minutes. Because they got a little momentum when they got a steal and a dunk a few minutes ago.
Paulo, that one poked.
And how much will Longwood keep their foot on the gas pedal? And not play the lead, but play the game. Play to win a championship.
Napper looking inside. Zapala, the 7-footer. That one poked away.
Because they can get a little bit passive right now, Longwood.
We've seen coaches take technical fouls to get their teams fired up. I don't think that's exactly what you wanted if you're UNC Asheville, but we will see how they respond. Pember, Big South Player of the Year, draws the double. Stephanie. Looked like might have been steps. Instead, Solomon inside. 3 on the shot clock. Stephanie fires it up. Seen a lot of late clock situations for the Bulldogs. Some great defense. Best scoring defense in the Big South, the Longwood Lancers.
Their defense has been so consistent in this game, Longwood.
Napper flips it to Granlund. Napper gets his own rebound into Zapala. Special, the selection Sunday, a week from today.
And our man Joe Lenardi working overtime right now on a Sunday. He told me the winner of this game would most likely be a 14 seed, as high as a 14 seed, and most likely a 15 seed.
And on the shot clock again. Burgess got to hit these shots.
They haven't been able to make shots, get to the free throw line. Pember was deferring in the first half. He needs to try to take over in the second.
Granlund, open three. Aldridge said Granlund had some open looks the last time they played UNC Asheville and missed a bunch of them. He said he's going to make them tomorrow. That's his first. And it's a 25-point margin.
The one way Asheville can creep back into this game, get to the free, getting fouled.
So those free throws count as 4 points?
They could if you miss it at the offensive rebound and make a three. No more jump shots, I'm telling my team. Right to the rack.
We are a much different team now than we were in January and early February. And his team is responding now.
He was so frustrated during the season because he felt like he couldn't push the right buttons to make his team play the way they were capable of playing. He said, look, we got a lot of talent on this team. And I'm mad at myself for not maximizing their ability. He says, but now we're playing the best basketball of the season, and we found our identity.
Waylon Napper, the assist, inside, no good.
It's a great lesson, Matt, to not. It was more about the ability to connect with them, to communicate with them. And he has pushed the right buttons in the last 6 weeks.
So to have this come full circle and end in victory.
They have maintained their discipline in the second half defensively. They haven't let down. They're still working to guard the ball, to help each other, stepping in to take charges on the ball. They're working the game plan, and they're playing with elite effort.
23-point lead for Longwood. Christmas, spot up three.
Well, that was a feel-good shot. I'm feeling good, so I'm going to shoot it.
Battle, nearly lost it. Burgess inside. McMullen.
It's all you're looking for right now if you're Asheville. Fight and heart. Fight in a way of just being active and aggressive. And how much do you want it? How much heart do you have left?
And when you've got an all-conference point guard who's going to have infinitely better than the first.
Griff Aldridge has put Longwood on the map with their NCAA tournament bid, their Big South Championship a couple of years ago. Right now he's trying to close the door on another.
Burgess, pump fake inside, McMullen. Morrell, call for the full court press.
They're going to continue to try to press and trap. They're either going to change the game or get blown out. Because if Longwood decides to attack the traps and the press, they'll score. If not, Asheville will get back into the game.
Napper. Oh, yeah!
I know what he wants to do. He wants to keep his foot on the gas.
Nice feed inside. That was to McMullen. Think about Napper. Started the year 0 for 17 from three. He was 4 of 8 in the Big South tournament coming into today. And now 2 of 3 from beyond the arc today. Turnover there.
Yeah, and he impacts the game without shooting and making a lot of threes. It's his assist, drive game, and defense.
Battle. Lowers the shoulder. Can't win it.
Even when they get there, they've struggled to finish.
Christmas inside. Zapala. Pepper fell. And Zapala throws it down.
Shimon Zapala posting up like a man inside. He played terrific yesterday against High Point. He had 14 points in the second half. All of 6'10".
Pember draws the contact. Drew Pember has had a great career at UNC Asheville. Could be about 12 minutes away from seeing it come to an end. Back-to-back Big South Player of the Year. Taking a breather now with 9 points.
They may need Tyjon Jones back. Give him a uniform. He buried a handful of threes in that comeback last year against Campbell.
Tyjon Jones, career leader in made threes, ran out of eligibility after last year, and Longwood not running out of gas. Jonathan Massey with the bucket.
It's been a team effort by Longwood. Yes, Napper and Christmas and Zapala have carried the scoring, but their team defense and their utility players have stepped up.
Mullen. Oh, Toya Solomon. You see that athleticism. Elite athlete. Made a few buckets here today. He's got 8. One of these teams going to punch a ticket. Longwood's been throwing the most punches today. Hicks, that one.
Not with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
You still have to stay focused on your game plan if you're Longwood. Stay disciplined on both ends. Don't do anything to give this away.
Granlund again. Aldridge called it yesterday. Said Granlund's going to have some open looks, and he's going to hit him. That's his second 3 of the day.
Look how packed in Longwood is defensively. They've been packed in all afternoon. Asheville, no shots from the outside in this game to change it at all. Pember could never get off. And they are elite at defensive rebounding, Longwood, and offensive rebounding. This team has found their identity in March.
They're +7 on the glass. One of the best rebounding teams in the country, and trying to finish off UNC Asheville and punch their ticket. Their largest lead, it's 27. Jonathan Massey, another deuce. And Mike Morrell running out of answers.
Very strong with his passes out of the post against doubles. And the weak side help for Longwood was outstanding in terms of anticipating and stealing. They really bodied him up. Didn't allow him to get into the paint, and he didn't want it.
Zapala draws the... It's amazing. Gonzaga's played in every WCC championship game since 1998.
The Zags are back.
Once on the bubble, now in the field, unofficially.
And how you play at the end of the season matters. It may not matter to the committee in terms of selection or seeds, but as a coach, you understand when your team's starting to gel. Just like Griff Aldridge understands that his Longwood team was playing their best basketball in the last 4 or 5 weeks. He had a different level of confidence with this team coming into the Big South tournament versus in January and early February when they played games. At times, he didn't know what he was going to get out of his team.
They're shooting over 60% from the floor on assists, 10 Set back in 2007 by Chris Gaynor of Winthrop. Burgess, three-pointer no, box out Granlund.
He was wide open. They've missed a lot of wide open jumpers and easy baskets in the paint. I think they're confident.
Point, Lancer Lee.
He gives Longwood a stretch four player that can make threes, rebound the ball, and defend a power forward. There's a lot of versatility on the bench for Longwood. Griff Alker's not afraid to put guys in. Will play up to 9 players in a game.
They've made nothing easy on Pember today. They're at UNC Asheville.
It's hard to think of another player that's been more accomplished than Drew Pember in the history of Big South basketball. They've had so many great players. And I think of Chris Clemens, the young man who was at Campbell, put up ridiculous numbers over his career. But Pember, not only the numbers, but the titles. The NCAA. Now, he needs to be celebrated for his career at Asheville. And he's going to have an outstanding career after this, wherever he plays.
Eventually, he wants to coach. Pember.
Well, he needs to get his head checked first before he goes into coaching.
Mike Morrell told us that last night. He told us he wants to coach. Mike Morrell said, "Why would you want to do this? Don't do this.
You can make a lot yourself." Yeah, you can make more money playing the game than coaching the game. He's a fantastic young man. All about the team. The transfer from Tennessee to Asheville. Everything has worked out.
So the hard times he had in Tennessee.
Mike Morrell looking at his coaching card to see what's left. And there's nothing on that card that can make the comeback. It's inside the chest of the Asheville players. They want to try to turn it on one more time.
Josh Banks, the transfer from VCU with the basketball. Played for Mike Rhodes, who great mentor to Mike Morrell. Rhodes now at Penn State.
Both of these coaches have taken some excellent transfers. They take a look at who coached them last. That's a big decision-making factor in who you take as a transfer. They want to know who coached them last and who coached them the best.
Zapala is the best. Game high 17 for the 7-footer. And 10 assists now for Napper. Ties a conference tournament championship record. And a foul going the other.
Got confused.
Can't say enough about Zapala's development. We saw him earlier in a game this year. At home at Longwood against Radford. Wound up getting ejected from the game for little extracurriculars.
He's learning how to catch it high and keep it high.
Yeah.
He runs well. He's going to be a go-to guy next year for Longwood.
Good defense there on that attempt by McMullen.
I think he's gained a lot of confidence, Zapala, in the Big South tournament. In the game he played yesterday against Jocelyn Bodo for High Point, a pair of 7-footers. He delivered.
His assertiveness, his aggressiveness certainly gone up the last couple of games. Zapala now getting into it with Stephanie. Stephanie tugged the jersey, no call. Zapala trying to get the rebound. Here's McMullen. There's Doc Battle. Been here a long time, 5th season with the program. His role has certainly changed over the years. He's been there since really the start of Mike Morrell's tenure. Mike Morrell, he went from 27 losses to 27 wins.
An outstanding program builder. They were 16-2 last year. They won the Big South regular season and the tournament. He put his stamp. Yeah, he put his stamp on this program, Mike Morrell. And to be back into the championship game just speaks about his ability to rally his team all season long. They had the target on their back. They were preseason #1. They finished as the 2 seed. They have a lot to be proud of this season.
We'll get a timeout next whistle here at the under 4. Houston. Subs ready to come in for Longwood, and then some net cutting in about 4 minutes. Christmas with it. Foul on Gans.
Very well could have been playing today and cutting down nets today, but Longwood had a double-digit comeback in the final 10 minutes yesterday.
Yeah, High Point was picked 7th preseason, so you know those preseason rankings with the portal won't mean much going forward. Alan Huss told me in October, I don't know what I have this year. I have a bunch of transfers I'm trying to put together. They won the regular season in the Big South. Outstanding job by Alan Huss and the staff. Love watching Kessa Jiffa play.
Kessa Jiffa, Monty Hamilton, there's just a lot of good players. Bodo.
Yeah, freshman of the year in the Big South.
Certainly a tough loss. Certainly one that'll sit for a long time, especially when you're hosting the tournament. What a move by Christmas. He'll be Merry Christmas after this game, Paul Biancardi.
And Happy New Year.
Foul here.
Longwood in the NCAA tournament will be a dangerous team. Good size, gets on the glass, and when he can recognize a mismatch, he'll go into the post.
Gant inside. How about Christmas? Had just 14 points over the previous 3 games. Got a whistle here. Christmas just 14 points over the previous 3 games. The graduate player, former transfer from JMU.
It's going to be hard to score points against Longwood. Whoever they draw in the tournament, they play a pack line gap defense, very tight. Execute so well on offense, and they're an outstanding rebounding team.
Napper already with the conference tournament championship record of 11 assists.
But what they have right now in their favor, the confidence, the identity. They know who they are. They know who their leader is.
Yeah, Houston. Inside and a whistle. Think about Longwood.
You know, coaching is such a consuming profession. You second guess yourself quite often. You ask yourself a lot of questions. What can I do more? What can I do better? And Griff Aldridge has pressed all the right buttons in the last 6 weeks of the season. His team has played with tremendous purpose.
What a day for Longwood. Farmville, Virginia, 2.5 hours north of here, and plenty of fans making the journey south to celebrate at High Point. And still with a big lead, Griff Aldridge shakes his head. How can that not be a foul? Richards will... Tournament MVP, Waylon Napper.
Put him in the books. The senior from Columbia, South Carolina. You know, Matt, not only his points and assists, but it's been his leadership all season long. In good times and bad, Waylon Napper has led this team.
Esmeralda to Hicks! In his first game of the season, Hicks is on the board. What a moment.
This is great. You'll remember that moment for the rest of your life. He wants them to put more time on the clock. Let me stay in. I'm just getting started. I'm just getting warmed up.
Battled injury. youngster. He's just played in a few games last year. His first points of this season come in the Big South Championship game. And what an exclamation point for this Longwood Lancers club.
It's a phenomenal feeling to be part of a championship team. Doesn't matter when you get in the game, everybody contributes. And everybody has importance.
This will be the 4th largest margin of victory in the Big South Tournament Championship game. Longwood overcomes long odds